Today we are going to make another poucho noodles, and this one is going to be a chicken curry. Now, let me see if I got one readily available. In England, when I lived there, was one of my favorite little snacks was a thing they called pot noodles. And they make a curry pot noodle, which is a very nice pot noodle with ramen noodles and curry flavor in that. They also make a Bombay Bad Boy. We'll tell you more about that later on in the video, but that's a very hot curry pot noodle. I don't have one of those to show you. But today we're going to make poucho noodles curry poucho noodles bib style. We're going to do it my way. So I got I think that is 2.5 pounds. Let's make sure. Yep, 2.47 pounds of chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast. I got 1 medium onion. We're going to use some onion powder, some garlic powder, some curry powder, some black pepper, and Indian curries will often put sultanas or raisins in their curries, and they're quite nice in the curry, but they don't freeze dry too well. They'll also put mango chutney in it. So we're gonna put some mango chutney in ours. If you didn't want to go to the expense, I bought this off of Amazon. It's pretty expensive. Very well packaged, by the way. But anyway, if you don't want to go to the expense of putting mango chutney in it, you could easily dice up a nice Granny Smith apple or something, you know, into small little cubes, and we put that in towards the end of the cooking. So not in the early stages, and I'm going to put this in at the end as well. So it's going to be a real simple recipe. I forgot the chicken broth. We're going to use chicken broth. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our chicken breasts in. I'm just going to layer those on the bottom of the crock pot. Okay, so 2.5 pounds of chicken in there. Go ahead and put our onions in there. That's 1 medium-sized onion, coarsely chopped, in there. Now I got McCormick's curry powder. Now I'm going to put quite a bit of that in there. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3. Get that all in there. And I'm going to put a tablespoon of onion powder. And a tablespoon of garlic powder. And we'll put, I'm going to say pepper to taste. I'm going to put a teaspoon of black pepper. Alright, that's that. And then we got a 32-ounce box of chicken broth. I'm going to put that all in there, the whole thing. Give that a little mix. Now that's not a lot of liquid in that. We might add some later on, but for now we'll go with that. We need to have enough liquid to make 12 servings, because that's my goal, to get 12 servings. Alright, so we got all that in there. And we're going to cook that on low for probably 8 hours. Might be a little bit longer because it's bedtime now, and when I get up in the morning I'll look at it, and if it's done I'll probably turn it to low until I get breakfast and get in the mood and all that stuff, you know, that people do in the morning, and then we'll move on. So I'll see you in about 8 hours. I'll put a lid on this. See you in about 8 hours, and at that time we will add our mango chutney, and also we'll add a bag of peas and carrots frozen to it. And that time we'll decide if we want to add some more liquid. So I'll see you in about 8 hours. Okay, this has been cooking for 8 hours on low. I have turned it up to high because we are going to do something with the sauce here. But first, we're going to take out our chicken. And let me tell you, the aroma on this is amazing. It is really good. Take our chicken breasts out. And I don't know if you can see this, but it is very runny. So we are going to thicken that up a little bit. And before I do that, I want to tell you about this. I took a taste of this, and it is delicious. And I picked this up at Walmart. I was looking on Amazon, and they make a big 1-pound container of the McCormick curry powder. It's on sale right now as of recording this video for half price, $6 for a pound, which isn't a lot more than what I paid for this. So I am going to order a pound of this. This powder is amazing. You will not be disappointed if you like curry. It's not too hot, but it's not really mild either. There is some heat to it, and it's just perfect for the basic. And I'm going to order a pound of that. So I'm thinking that I don't have enough juice there, so I'm going to go ahead and add probably 2 cups of water to that. I want to create a lot of sauce. Okay, so to thicken this up, I'm just going to take, I don't want it super thick. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and a splash of water, and we're going to make a slurry out of that. Now the water is cold. Probably have to let that come up to temperature before I put this in, so I'll see you probably in 10 minutes, just until that heats back up from the water I added. Okay, just brought that up to temperature a little bit. Give my cornstarch slurry another mix. We'll pour that in there. Give that a stir. Now as we finish that off, that should thicken that up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and shred my chicken up into there. This smells so good, you guys. You're going to love it. Now, this is an optional, and I'm going to do it because I kind of like something sweet-ish in my curry. So I got this hot mango chutney from Ronnie, and we are going to put about 1/4 cup, I think, in there. Totally optional. Like I say, you could add some grapes or a diced up apple or nothing. It doesn't really require anything else. This is just something extra. Now I think that adding that 2 cups of water has taken the flavor down too much. So we're going to go back to my curry powder and add another tablespoon of curry powder. Let's give that a taste. Yeah, that's brought it back to a nice curry flavor. Then we got a 14-ounce bag of peas and carrots. I'm going to add to that. These are frozen. Give that a good mix. Does that look good or what? Now, I'm going to leave that on high. We're going to cook that for a further hour. So I'll see you in an hour. We'll try it up. This is coming along nicely. But, I'm debating whether to add, I added that 2 cups of water. But as this comes up to heat and is boiling again, I'm wondering whether I should add just a little chicken bouillon to make that more chickeny flavor for the 2 cups. And I got some Knorr chicken flavored bouillon, and it says to add 1 teaspoon per cup of water to make a chicken broth. And I didn't have any more chicken broth, I just had that 1 box. So I think I'm going to go ahead. I added 2 cups of water. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of this chicken bouillon, just to give that little depth of chicken flavor. It tastes good the way it was, but there's just slightly something missing, I think. Give that a mix and see if that just gave it just a little bit of a boost. It's coming out so nice. If you could smell this, I think you would be impressed. Let's give that a taste. Not 100% sure it needed that, but we put it in there anyway. You could have probably, let's see, that was 32 ounces, so that would have been 4 cups. We put in basically 4 cups of broth. We could have put in 6 cups of broth, chicken broth, and not added the Knorr. Probably when I write the recipe up, I'm just going to put 6 cups of chicken broth. Let me taste that again. I can't help it. It is really good. Yeah, I like that. That is nice. Alright, we're going to turn that off. Let that cool down, and then we'll tray it up. Okay, so my goal is to get 12 servings, 12 pouches. So I'm going to make 12 discs of this mixture. Okay, so there's my 12 discs. We're going to save this juice. And the next thing I'm going to do is make up my ramen noodles. And once they're all made up, we'll put this, what's left in here, over those noodles. So, I'll get this in the freezer, get it frozen solid. Next time you see this, it'll be coming out of the freeze dryer. And I'm moving on to my ramen noodles. Okay, it is on to the noodles. And I'm going to do these I have 6 packs of ramen noodles for my 12 servings. And each pack, I'm going to do 3 packs at a time. And I'm just going to cook them according to the package directions, except one thing. Which is I am going to we are not going to use the flavoring packets. I'm saving those because I could use those as a bouillon, I think, on something else. So I'm just going to make these according to the package directions, and I'll see you when we tray them up. I'm going to do them 3 at a time. Okay, that's been cooking for 3 minutes. We'll let that cool for a minute and dish it up. Now I should end up from these 3 packs with 12 discs. Kind of draining the excess water off of this, because we are going to top each disc off with the leftover sauce from the curry. That worked out pretty well on my Beijing beef. Okay, so I ended up with 3 cups of leftover curry sauce. So I put 1.5 in this measuring cup. We're going to try and spread that over the 6 discs, and that will leave me 1.5 to do the next discs. Okay, so that's 3 packs done. I'll get these in the freezer. We'll freeze them solid, then we'll pop them out of the mold and put them on the tray. Next time you see them, they'll be coming out of the freeze dryer. And I have 3 more packs to do. There we have it. Beautiful chicken curry pouch o' noodles. Let's get this packaged up out of the freeze dryer. And then we'll do a nice taste test. Okay, there we have 12 individual meals all bagged up. I put 300cc absorber in each one, heat sealed. Now we're going to cut one open and do a taste test. Okay, so let's start with the British pot noodle. Now it's been almost 20 years since I had one of these in England. But now you'll see why I put mango in it, because they include a mango sauce pouch in theirs. And the instructions are to fill that up to the fill level. Hold that down and let it set for 4 minutes. Okay, now let's do ours. My John and Bibb style. Alright, take that out. That's what it looks like in the pouch. Now last time I put a cup in, and this time I'm going to put 3/4 of a cup. I still want a lot of water in there to soak up my noodles. Let's see what that does. Zip that shut. I'm going to give that a shake. Something we can't do with the pot noodle. And lay that on its side. And hopefully all that will be laying in the water. So we'll wait 2 minutes, and then we'll give them both a stir and wait 2 more minutes after that. See you in 2 minutes. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes. Let's open this up. And this is the point that you're going to add the mango sauce in it. Ain't a lot in this pouch, really. Alright, then we give that a stir. So that's what it's looking like so far. Looking pretty good. Just like I remember them. Give that a good stir. And seal that back up. And we'll do the same with ours. Without the pouch. Without the little mango pouch. Yeah, it definitely needs that extra quarter cup. Noodles look soft, but I do want a little bit of soupiness to it. Give that a good mix. So we added 1 cup of water to this pouch for those keeping track. And let me tell you, it's looking good in there. See? Zip that up. Alright, we'll wait 2 minutes and we'll dig in. Okay, that's been 2 minutes on the pot noodle. Now these are designed, obviously, to be eaten straight from the pot. But for the video purposes, we need to put it in a bowl so we can compare the looks of them. And it's looking pretty good. A lot of nice color to that. Now let's do the John and Bibbs. Chicken curry. Now to be fair, they don't call theirs chicken curry, it's just called curry. Probably more like a vegetable curry. But ours has chicken in it. Okay. Well, they got all that probably artificial coloring in there to make the colors different. That's a bright yellow. Mine is more of a tanny color. Let's try the famous pot noodle. That is not as good as I remember it being. There's hardly any flavor to that at all. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but there's really no flavor to that at all. Let's see how mine did. Well, we definitely got the chicken flavor in there. Try that. It's almost got a smoky flavor to it, which I have no idea where it would have come from. Must be one of the spices in the curry powder. The smell of curry is really strong. And this is what I would call a very, very mild curry. Don't want to taint my taste buds too much, but I want to compare that to this again. Yeah, that one's almost like, I don't know. It's not as good as I remember it to be. They used to have a lot of flavor in those. But I kind of like my curry to have a bit of a kick to it. But I suppose when you're making meals for emergency use, you don't know who's going to actually have to eat that. I mean, I make them all for me and my brother, but you just don't know what situation is going to be like. And that is good, but I like a little bit more kick to it. That's a good mild curry. But we're going to put just a squirt of sriracha in there, just to spice it up a bit. Definitely the texture on this one is better because it's got all that chicken and way more vegetables than the pot noodle. Yeah, that did the trick. That did the trick. I could have sprinkled a little bit of that curry powder in here to spice it up. So, the review on this is, I'm going to leave it to 4, it was 6 cups of liquid and 4 tablespoons of curry powder. That makes a mild curry, and it tasted more curry flavored before it was freeze dried than after, so it does lose some of that flavor in the freeze drying process, but I think it's safe to go for a mild, and we'll leave that recipe like that. If you like a hot curry though, you might want to up the powder when you're cooking it, but I think 4 is good. That's safe. I've already packaged these. I don't know what I did with them. I bought some little bitty, like jewelry, Ziploc bags from Walmart's in the craft section, and I think I would just put a little bit of curry powder in one of those tiny Ziploc bags and throw that in to the package. That's the way to do it. That way, if you taste it and you don't think it's got enough curry flavor, you can just open one of that little sachet of curry powder and mix it in. They're really small. They're like 1.5 inches by 2 inches or something. Jewelry bags or whatever. They're just little Ziploc bags. Probably everybody knows what I'm talking about. Just put like 1/4 teaspoon or something in there, you know, or 1/2 teaspoon, and then that way you can spice it up as much as you want. That's probably the way to go. But this is very nice. I'm super happy with it. So there you have it. That's number 2 in my series of pouch noodles. My Beijing beef was superb. I really like that. My curry, I like it. It's packed full of chicken, packed full of vegetables. All rehydrated perfectly. So I think you'll enjoy this one. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I'm going to finish these both off camera, and I'll see you next time.